more news about the Fujifilm X-H2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got to be honest, AJ.
Right, yeah.
I don't know a huge amount about this.
Well, firstly,
I know you lean a lot on me.
Yeah. Well, firstly, let me tell you what's happening.
Right.
So we reported on this a couple of weeks ago, that we saw some leaks coming from Fujifilm about the new X-H2, their new flagship mirrorless camera.
They still don't like you, do they?
They don't like me because I used the F word instead of the FF word.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry I called you Fuji, but you are. Well, whatever.
They said they're not.
They said they're not. I wouldn't change it. They've never dealt with me now since. So anyway, leaks from Fujifilm are now confirming, almost nailed on, that the new flagship X-H2 will come in 2 different flavors.
Brilliant.
So the same camera body, but 2 different versions. One Pro version with a stacked 40 megapixel aps-c size sensor.
Yeah.
It's the X-Trans sensor, really great colors. And one cheaper version, potentially aimed at vloggers and content creators, without that sensor.
Oh, okay.
Now, normally I lean on you for your opinion at this point.
I've prepared some thoughts.
Yeah.
In the moment since you've dropped that bomb on me.
Right. What are your thoughts? Oh yeah, no one cares. See, the problem we have is the most regular comment we have is got one guy doesn't know what he's talking about and the other guy doesn't sound interested. I think that interchanges.
That comment actually made me think maybe that's the mission statement here.
Yes, okay. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. But occasionally we need expert advice. We need expert opinion. Bring it in, add some credence to what we're talking about.
Right.
Let's get a roving professional, an actual videographer from the field who uses cameras day in, day out.
Okay.
An actual working filmmaker.
Do you want me to use a pseudonym now?
No, I don't want you. You're not an actual, I mean...
You're describing me?
No. So I'm gonna find an actual working professional, bring them into the show and get their take on the latest bit of camera news, because I think that will really add some weight to it. And really, it's going to be a lot better than your opinion because, I mean, let's face it, you make silly videos for YouTube.
Do you still want me to?
No. I mean, you can stay there. But today, our roving professional is Mikey McCannis, the Doctor.
Seriously?
From the BBC. Not Doctor Who.
He's angry.
Angry Mikey, yeah.
He's got an angry look, AJ.
Yeah.
And I'm just warning you generally.
Yeah.
He's from the north.
North of the border.
And that's not a warning for any other reason than subtitles.
Subtitles may be needed for this section. So, Mikey, what are your thoughts on the Fujifilm X-H2?
So 2 cameras with exactly the same output, except one has a different sensor from the other. Well, that's obvious to see that they've created a camera for the actual photographer creator who wants to utilize the color science of the actual main camera that Fujifilm themselves insist is better. And then there's a second camera for everybody else who would rather just use it as some sort of fad bling to hang around their neck and say to everybody, well, I'm a Fujifilm shooter. Yeah, well, you're not. You have no idea what's going on.
My God, Ewan McGregor looks different.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Mikey, because that was the first time I've been able to actually follow a full...
Wow.
Yeah.
That was... I mean, he gave his opinion. I was expecting more like detailed filmmaking.
He's
not
angry.
That was just anger.
Can you imagine him in person? I'd feel a little bit... Just tread carefully. Tread carefully.
Want a cup of tea? Just...
Diazepam?
Yeah, so that didn't really teach us anything, but that Mikey disagrees with it as a concept.
He calls it as it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's
what
fair.
I like.
Yeah, that's
He's
fair.
Very straight about it.
We learnt that.
I don't think 3G will like that.
Fujifilm.
I don't want to be included in the barring.
You are. So for those of you that don't know, both cameras are going to feature new processors, but one is going to be this newer X-Trans stacked 40 megapixel aps-c size sensor. There's also talk of Fujifilm including some computational technology. Sounds boring, yeah?
Let
me tell you what it actually means.
Thank you.
Because it has a smaller sensor, it means it generates less heat.
Right.
Which means the processor has more headroom for doing more complicated in-camera tasks. Now, we see this with smartphones. Smartphones can do some cool computational things like stitching panoramas in your phone or actively focus stacking photos so you have multiple focus points inside the same photo.
I like it.
So you can do multiple exposures, like a long exposure water with a fixed exposure sky. Do you know you can have multiple computational things done, processes that you would have to do in Lightroom yourself afterwards could now potentially be done in camera. They've said
I want everyone just to take a moment to use our word of the day. Computational. Go on, repeat after me. Computational.
Computational.
Can you hear that? There's like some background noise. Mikey.
All right.
Is that Mikey? I don't know if you're still in the background. Are you still connected?
Yeah.
There's a strange noise coming through.
It's a trap.
I mean,
wow. Okay.
I don't really know what he's referring to there. Look,
it's fine.
All I'm asking is, if you like the word of the day, type it in the comments below.
Yeah. Fujifilm said that computational in-camera processors are going to be coming for a long time. In 2022 was their roadmap. The X-H2 is going to come out in 2022. It seems to tie together really well. The one thing that this does lead to that will make me as angry as Mikey is something that we see in all smartphones now. And I hate it.
Oh, no.
I hate it with a passion.
Are you talking about portrait video?
Bokeh mode!
Yeah. No, I don't want that. Nobody's queuing up for that.
Digital bokeh modes.
No, do it properly. Do it yourself.
Do you
or
honest,
don't do it
I
at
even
all.
hate the word bokeh now. I hate it. Hate it.
Yeah.
Out of focus.
Kai, very early on.
Bokeh.
Yeah. He called it.
Yeah.
He knew it was going to be annoying before it even became a thing.
It is, and it is annoying. It's really annoying. So, yes. Are you with Mikey? Or are you with Fujifilm? Two versions of the same camera. Is it a good or bad idea?
I need to see it first, AJ, before I can be that harsh.
They're not the first camera manufacturer to do it. Canon, the R and the RP.
Yeah.
Sony did it with the one of their cinema cameras recently. I can't even remember the names of them. There's so many Sony cameras.
It would have been
whatever. An F.
Saturated.
So, point being, they're not the first to have done it. But I kind of thought Fujifilm were better than that.
Yeah.
Do you know, I just thought they're above all that.
They're trying to stay relevant, aren't they?
Trying to stay afloat.
It's the move that everyone's taking right now.
Yeah.
So jump on.
Two cameras, one not so good as the other, same name. I just don't know. Just make the better one and then trickle down some of the technology into your cheaper versions. Tried and tested, always works.
Yeah, I'm really not a fan of it.
And I hate
what it represents to me is where you get a cheap clone imitation of the good thing.
Yeah, and it's also a bit like we saw with the Sony ZV-E10 thing. They've said that one's going to be a pro version and one's likely going to be aimed at vloggers and content creators. And instantly in my head, that means cheap and crap.
Yeah.
Because somehow people that make vlogs don't know what they want.
Yeah.
It's actually, it's kind of belittling, isn't it?
And vloggers, it has to be affordable because they're a vlogger. So
why
because they're not professional in any way. But the reality being that a lot of people that are vlogging actually make a very good business for themselves.
Exactly.
Probably in the industry in some way.
Rather than belittling them and having this photography snobbery thing, treat them separately, but with the respect that they deserve. Yes, there's some people making some rubbish like this on YouTube, but there's also a huge number of people making really beautiful bits of art and just happening to be publishing it on YouTube.
Yeah.
You're making cameras for them as well as
the people with Nikons that publish on Vimeo.
Exactly. So rather than having that snobbery and just chucking something rubbish at them, treat them with the respect they deserve. Make a separate camera for them. Let's aim at the... Sorry, I'm getting on my soapbox here.
There's a lot of passion coming out here, AJ.
Yeah. So that's my advice to Fujifilm.
Whew. Okay.
Yeah.
And let's hope they listen to you.
Anyway, the t-shirt says it all.